Hello and welcome to the Vested for Success video tutorial series. Today I'm going to be asking and answering the question, what is the easiest way to build awareness for Vested within my organization? So as a CDA, you have done a great job of doing a Vested deal, but sometimes you're stuck in an elevator or sometimes somebody wants to know more, and you might be asking and scratching your head, well, what's a good way to bring on board somebody who's asking me about Vested? So the best way really is to think about the resources that we have on our website. So when you go to vestedway.com, go to the top, click over to resources, and you'll see this chart, and it has the phases of a journey. So if someone is very much interested in just understanding the basics, you'll want to go down and look at the great resources. So our orientation course, you could recommend a book or send them a case study or white paper. Let's say they were in facilities management, and you could go into our website, download all the case studies that are around facilities management. Now, if they're really wanting a deeper dive, you can recommend that they do a self-assessment or maybe take some of our workshops that we have, or also attend our 3-day executive education program on vested outsourcing. So there's lots of different resources, and this is kind of a one-stop shop. Click through, when you go onto our website, you can just literally click through and it'll navigate you through to the various resources. So when people share Vested, one of the tips I have is that it often starts by passing on an article or a YouTube video. We have literally hundreds of articles, well over 300 articles that Vested has appeared in various trade press and journals and magazines. And our favorites are actually in our CDA library. So you have access to this as a CDA to just kind of go check out an article. So let's say someone asks you about, from a procurement background, well, you might want to share with them the Finding the Right Sourcing Business Model. Or if they want to know about the 5 rules and they're very outsourcing oriented, maybe a better way to outsource, which was in Supply Chain Management Review. Or let's say they're a procurement professional. Maybe you want to share with them the ISM article on time to reset and challenging the gold standards of traditional procurement tools. So really there's no one right article to send. It really depends on your audience and what you're trying to where they're coming from. Now, I know I get asked all the time, but if you only had one, what was your favorite? Well, my personal favorite is our Harvard Business Review article, A New Approach to Contracts, How to Build Better Long-Term Strategic Partnerships. It's about 4,000 words, so it's a little bit longer than a typical trade press article, but it is still short, and it's because it says Harvard Business Review, most people will read it. So you can just Google HBR and Vested and you will find it. The nice thing about this article is HBR has made it available in a digital format, and so you don't have to subscribe to the magazine. You can just go and Google it and send that link on. So the next tip that I have is if somebody does want a little bit deeper dive, more than just an article, send them to our Vested Orientation online course. It's a free class. It's about 3.5 hours to take. And it's super easy. All they need to do is put in their email address and they can start taking the course right away. Now, if you would like to share some of the concepts that are in our orientation course, the slides from them are available as downloads. They're actually the PowerPoint slides. You can take and mash them up and create your own Vested 101 PowerPoint for your organization. It's a great way to use some of the official slides that we have and create little PowerPoint decks around Vested. So the next tip that I have for you that I want to leave you with is all of these, my favorite articles, the PowerPoint decks for the orientation slides, and much more is in the Vested library. You have access to a CDA library, so it's an extended library. Just go on to vestedway.com. If you're not logged in, it'll ask you to log in. If you're logged in, you can hit the My Account, and you will then see down, just scroll on down once you're in My Account to the CDA library, and you can download lots of stuff under the awareness category. You will actually, there's a variable plethora, a cornucopia of all kinds of great stuff for you to share Vested. So thanks a lot for joining me on this Vested for Success video tip. I hope I was able to share a good tip with you today that you didn't know, and we'll see you for the next tip.